Yo, what's up guys, it's Frostee back for another YouTube video. In today's video, we're going to cover all the god rolled weapons from the new dungeon, Grasp of Avarice. With the release of patch 3.4.0.1, the dungeon is now infinitely farmable for any loot you've discovered from the dungeon loot pool. When Grasp of Avarice came out, me and my buddies ran 2 of the normal mode dungeons and realized it wasn't farmable, which honestly sucked really bad at first, but luckily, later that day, Bungie confirmed that it was a bug, and now with the new update we can farm it, and let me tell you, it's free real estate. I ran the dungeon and saved the boss checkpoint in another character so we could run it over and over, and with optimized loadouts, the boss is a free one phase and each run took us on average about 3 minutes. The best part is the boss gives you 2 drops. Without further ado, let's get into the god rolls. First up, Eyasluna. For PvE in our first column, you'll be wanting to look for Sure Shot, Steady Hand, or Fast Draw. In the second column, I would look for Appended Mag or Ricochet rounds. I have Appended on my PvE Eyasluna and it bumps the mag size up to 13, which feels super nice, but it's all personal preference. In column 3, I'd go for Rapid Hit, Perpetual Motion, or Outlaw. These are all super solid and have some form of reload speed buff, which is definitely needed for a PvE hand cannon. In that final column, you have some nice choices depending on your preferred playstyle or build. Kill Clip is a solid straight up damage boost after a kill, while Harmony is also a great damage perk if you have Harmony on both your primary and secondary weapon. Having 2 guns with Harmony lets you chain the perk infinitely while using both those weapons. And if you enjoy Stasis at all in PvE, then Headstone is an S tier perk for you. And finally, for those of you who love grenade centric builds, you can roll Demolitionist in this slot and go absolutely crazy. Finally, I'd recommend a Range Masterwork since you don't really benefit too much from a reload perk and a reload masterwork. My personal role I've been using is Outlaw Headstone, and it's actually been so much fun in my PvE Warlock Shadebinder build. Now onto the PvP roll for Eyasluna. In the first column, I'd look for the same 3 perks as last time, Sure Shot, Steady Hand, or Fast Draw, but at the end of the day, it's personal preference. The best perk in the second column is without a doubt Ricochet rounds in my opinion for the added stability and range. In the third column, my picks are Rangefinder or Perpetual Motion. Rapid Hit is solid too, but if you're wanting added reload speed, you might as well get the added stability and handling from Perpetual as well in PvP. Rangefinder is great for the extra range in PvP, but some people don't like the slight zoom into your FOV from this perk. Most don't notice it, but it's not for everyone, so again, personal preference here. My S tier perk in this final column is Moving Target. But Demolitionist is not bad if you have a grenade build for PvP, especially considering the regen times for abilities just got heavily nerfed. Harmony is also great here if you're rocking a secondary with Harmony as well to chain the perk. And for Masterwork, I would definitely look for range to help this hand cannon compete with the likes of Time Lost Fatebringer and Adept Palindrome. That'll do it for our Eyasluna god rolls. Make sure to comment your favorite roll down below or what you're chasing after. Moving on to 1000 Yard Stare. I'm going to keep it a $150 here and let you guys know that this sniper is completely useless for PvE, so I'm not even going to waste your time giving you PvE perks for it. However, this sniper has some filthy PvP rolls, so let's get into those. For the barrel, most of these work in my opinion, so I'll list off some good ones real quick. Fluted barrel, corkscrew rifling, full bore, hammer forged rifling, small bore. For the second slot, Accurize is definitely the go-to. And in the third column, the best 2 perks are easily Quick Draw and Heating Up. If you want to get that OG feeling of Beloved or just have an aggressive playstyle in general, this is the perk for you and your sniping gameplay will feel super smooth when paired with the next perk from the fourth column. Heating Up is very solid for the boost to weapon accuracy and vertical recoil after getting a kill. However, there is the caveat of needing a kill first, but definitely a great perk to roll on this sniper. And for the fourth column, I'm sure most of you already guessed what we're going with, the all reliable Snapshot. In my opinion, with Destiny 2 PvP being fast-paced gameplay, Snapshot is a must-have perk for every sniper. As far as Master goes, I would look for range with the Quick Draw roll and handling with a Heating Up roll. Now moving on to the Matador 64 god rolls. Same thing with the 1000 Yard Stare that goes for Matador. It doesn't really have a purpose for PvE in my opinion, so we're just going to go over the PvP god rolls. In our first column for the barrel, I'd be looking for Full Choke or Small Bore. However, Rifled Barrel is good as well, but you'll definitely want to run some high handling perks to make up for the handling loss. In our second column, the best options are definitely Assault Mag or Accura's rounds. Now in the third column, we have some interesting perks to work with, but I think the best ones by far are Threat Detector and Perpetual Motion. You will always have Threat Detector procced while engaging in close quarters combat, and if you have an aggressive playstyle and are moving around a lot, you should have Perpetual up at all times as well. In the final column, Opening Shot is definitely the S tier perk, as I'm sure you've seen on most shotguns. But Harmony happens to roll in this column as well, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, Harmony is a great pick if both your primary and secondary have it. And for the Masterwork, range is the best, but handling isn't a bad option either. And for our final weapon from the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, we have the Hero of Aegis Sword. The sword definitely isn't a PvP weapon, but if you are looking to use a sword in PvP, we do have this thing. The sword actually has some pretty interesting rolls for PvE. Note that this is a vortex frame sword as well. The first slot you'll want Honed Edge, the second slot you'll want Swordmaster's Guard, and in the third column you have a few solid choices, but I would go for Relentless Strikes for a normal roll and Demolitionist for a grenade build. And in the fourth column I would definitely go for a roll of Chain Reaction. This is a super unique perk to have on a sword, but can make for some crazy ad clear potential. And the Masterwork will always default to Impact, so you only have to worry about getting 4 god roll perks rather than the normal 5. That does it for all the Grasp of Avarice weapon god rolls. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, leaving a like on the video and a subscription to the channel with notifications on would be greatly appreciated. Make sure to comment your favorite roll down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.